Well, cynical audience, this is CynicalAjaax, and I got a new microphone. How are you guys liking that, huh? So in this illustration, I'm redesigning again some of my old characters that I've had since I was maybe 8 to 12 years old. I don't know, I still love these characters very emphatically and do want to use them for some sort of project in the near future, and whoops, there's me scrolling through and trying to find the original picture. Oh god, I have a lot of stuff on my computer. So anyways, let's get to getting. When I designed Ruby originally, she didn't even have any ounce of red on her design at all. She was just a bunch of pink bows, really cutesy sort of cat character, Sonic fan character that was supposed to be Tails' love interest and whatnot. But nowadays, like, I don't know, I've come a long way with her. Of course, I came a long way with her back then too. But as a sort of side note for her character now, she's an incredibly big workaholic that has PTSD and is trying to work her life away instead of remembering the past moments. But she gets over it eventually. She does really good. She does really well. Anyways, then there's Tara, the one that I'm currently doing the whatever for. Tara originally was a Sonic fan character named Star. And just as a quick side note, her original name was Star Diana Galaxy, which I kind of stole from a friend of mine who named their character Diana Starlight or whatever. Whoopsies. But anyways, her name now is Tara Andrea Roscom. You didn't already know. So yeah. Anyways, when I decided to design Ruby's new design, and even back then, she was always just very short, is how I felt. She was just this really short blind girl who back then somehow she was an archer, which makes no goddamn sense. But anyways, nowadays, like for a while, I had a concept sketch where she would use her white cane as a weapon, but I decided against her having a white cane because she does have sonar, and whatnot. So she just, I don't know, she has powers, and she's always had powers since back in the day, you know, but yeah, we'll get back to that another time. When I designed her newer design, I decided to incorporate the red a little bit more in not only her bow tie per se, but also on her pants a little bit too. Well, I mean, her overalls. By the way, I was totally inspired to draw her in overalls by one of the concept sketches of Marinette from Miraculous wearing overalls. Holy shit, that was really fucking cute. I wish they would have gone with that. Yeah, she's got skinny little legs. She's a little twig. And there you go, I write it down just for you guys to notice. Yeah, I don't know exactly how I feel exactly about the facial features that I decided to give her, I guess. I've been trying to make her look all cutesy and stuff like that, because she's still supposed to be that little cute blind girl, and yeah. Originally, when I designed Tara, I tried to make her a little bit more chunkier. I decided against it later on, though, because she is a trained sort of, I don't know, she's not an assassin, but she's someone who is a wielder of an important family heirloom that's a weapon. And for that reason, I couldn't imagine her being too chubby, but at the same time, the reason why I made her a little chubby was because she was in a higher class family and thus got more access to food. the story for this isn't going to be as clear yet, but after this I do plan on working on my other characters, Kelman and Hugo and Troy. And then also I need to work on Riley. Riley is one of my favorites. Oh my fucking god, I love her so much. These characters have always had a sort of special place in my heart, just because, you know, they've been around for so long, and they helped me get through some of the hardest times of growing up and stuff like that, from having to not live with my parents anymore and live in a sort of semi-foster care system and whatnot. And that was hard in and of itself, but they helped out tremendously in some aspects of, you know, growing up. Which, by the way, I originally stopped caring about them for a quick minute because I got salty because in Sonic Boom, Tails had a love interest named Zoe, which, by the way, Zoe looks like she could be his fucking sibling. She don't really got much personality. Let's be real. Let's be real here. But anyways, back into this, Ruby isn't necessarily a, of course not, but she isn't a love interest for Tails, but however, she does kind of have a little bit of a romance with a raccoon named Hugo. And it's a cute little story about that because he's absolutely flustered and shy, and he's a dork. And he's adorable, but he can't even really say anything around her, but yet he's kind of her teacher and stuff like that because she didn't really get much of an education, which she's a fast learner, and she learned how to do all kinds of cool shit, like I don't know, like she did calculus, she learned a lot about astronomy and stuff. And in the future she might become a meteorologist, who knows. Yeah. And so that's just kind of, yeah, that's kind of where I am, I guess, with character designing and stuff like that. I don't know. I really like Terra's newer design a lot better instead of the, you know, dress skirt thing. I don't know. I think her old colors were really good back then for the most part, except for having an obnoxious amount of rings on her old design. But yeah, I like her boots too. Her boots are really cute. Yeah. So with that said, thank you guys for watching this. This was a character design for video games that I plan to maybe make in the future. But either way, I'd love to talk more about it if any of you guys are interested in hearing about it. And it would really, it would give me a lot of, like, it would boost my self-esteem if people could really care about my stuff. Thank you. With that said, I have a Patreon, so if you want to go support me on that, link will be in description. And then I also will link all my social media and the music that I've used in this video. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.